Zorro, the Gay Blade is a 1981 American swashbuckling comedy film from 20th Century Fox, produced by C.O. Erickson and George Hamilton, directed by Peter Medic, that stars Hamilton, Lauren Hutton, Ron Liebman, and Brenda Vaccaro. The film's opening prologue states, "This film is dedicated to Ruben Mamoulian and the other great filmmakers whose past gives us our future." The prologue quickly establishes that Zorro, the Gay Blade is a tongue-in-cheek sequel to 20th Century Fox's swashbuckling adventure film, The Mark of Zorro from 1940, directed by Mamoulian. Hamilton was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for playing the dual role of Don Diego de la Vega Zorro and his gay twin brother Bunny Wigglesworth, aka Ramon de la Vega. In 1840s Madrid, Spain, Don Diego de la Vega is in bed with a married woman. They are caught by her husband, Garcia, and Diego must sword fight with him and his 5 brothers. During the altercation, Diego's mute servant Paco reads via gestures a letter from Diego's father ordering Diego's return to California. Diego and Paco jump from a high wall into a waiting carriage. When the two arrive in Los Angeles months later, they are met by Diego's childhood friend Esteban, who is now Capitan of the Guard. He has married Florinda, for whom the men competed when they were boys. Diego learns that his father was killed in a riding accident, his horse frightened by a turtle. Esteban is the acting alcalde until the Dons elect a replacement. Esteban is elected by acclamation and then gives a speech to the assembled peasants. He is interrupted by Charlotte Taylor Wilson, a wealthy political activist from Boston. She and Diego meet, and despite their political differences, Diego is smitten. Diego is invited to a masked ball celebrating Esteban's elevation. He also receives his inheritance, Zorro's black cape, hat, and sword, along with a letter from his late father revealing that he was Zorro. He decides the masked ball is the perfect place to announce Zorro's return. On his way there, Zorro witnesses a peasant being extorted. He confronts and defeats Esteban's tax collector. Diego, in Zorro costume, dances with Florinda at the ball. Velasquez, the tax collector, reports the theft to Esteban, pointing to Diego as Zorro. A duel ensues with Esteban and Zorro escapes by again jumping from a high wall, but this time injuring his foot and hobbling away. Later that night, a drunken Florinda attempts to seduce Diego at his hacienda, but Esteban arrives. A reign of terror begins, including torture and increased taxation. Diego is frustrated because, being injured, he cannot fight Esteban's tyranny. Fate intervenes when Diego's gay, foppish, and British-educated twin brother Ramon de la Vega, a Royal Navy officer having adopted the name Bunny Wigglesworth, comes home for a visit. Diego brings him up to date, and Bunny assumes the guise of Zorro, using a whip instead of a sword, while wearing flamboyant Zorro attire in a variety of coordinated colors. The colorful Zorro always eludes capture. Esteban hatches a plan with another ball. Diego arrives dressed as Zorro, as do all the male guests. Bunny appears in drag as Margarita Wigglesworth and makes off with the necklace. As Bunny leaves for the Royal Navy, he tells Diego that Charlotte has confessed her love for Zorro. At the plaza, Diego as Zorro and Charlotte meet again, but they are observed, and Esteban is informed. As a ruse to lure Zorro, he has Charlotte arrested and sentenced to be executed. Don Diego as Zorro surrenders to Esteban to save her, and he is sentenced to death. Seconds before the firing squad opens fire, Bunny, in a bright metallic gold costume, announces Zorro's return with a rhyme, 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, a peso, all for Zorro, stand up and say so. With Charlotte's and Diego's aid, Zorro incites the assembled peasants to rebellion. Esteban's guards also rebel, joined by Florinda, and Esteban stands alone, defeated. Later, Bunny rides off to catch his ship back to Britain, waving goodbye, after which Diego and Charlotte ride off to plan their wedding. As her wedding gift, Charlotte suggests that Diego donate all his family lands to the people, so they can settle down and raise a family in Boston.